Today we are starting our practice standing. Circle sweep those hands up and over. Swan dive forward into your forward fold. We're working through some hip openers. We step back with our right leg. Knee comes down to plant. We lunge forward, inhaling in. Twist open with that left hand. Left hand comes to left knee. Lift up with our breath, raising back. Hands come to plant. Half split. Opening up to prepare for the hip openers and core that we have today. Inhaling and exhaling. We circle sweep the hands up and over into our crescent. Lunge forward, opening up through the hip flexors. Hands plant down to frame that front foot. We inhale, lift up with that back knee. Prepare to come up into our high crescent. Inhaling both hands high. Lunging forward. Exhale, we fly the hands back. Inhale, hands come high. On our next breath, we airplane the arms long down behind us. Inhale, we step forward with that right leg, maintaining balance here. And slowly step down, right leg meets the left, and we forward fold. Walk that left leg back behind us, coming down to plant into our lunge. We inhale to drop that knee down, twisting to open up on that right side. Right hand places on that right knee. We stretch. Breathing into this pose, opening up our hip flexors. Set an intention for the practice. Come into being here, hands frame that front. We send the right knee down into our half split. On that next breath, we come down, lunging forward, inhaling up, untucking that back knee. Hands come up to fly behind us. We inhale, hands frame our head. Exhale, hands release back behind us. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, we step forward with that left foot. 90-degree angle here, and stamp down. Left leg meets the right, we forward fold. Inhale to step back, high plank to low plank, untucking the toes, inhaling up through up dog, sending the hips down and back, downward dog. We step forward with that left foot. Inhale up through crescent. Exhale, down, warrior two. Hands come to prayer. Cycle down with the breath to one side, Skandasana, ninja side squat. Inhale as we walk over to the opposite side, opening up through the hip. Hands can come to prayer or up above, or leave them planted on the floor for extra balance. See what it feels like to truly breathe into the hips. Inhale up through goddess squat. Exhale down. Inhale both hands high to stand, star pose. Grab a block in both hands and lunge down. Go ahead and place that block just below to squat. You can also do this without a block. Adjust as you see fit. Open up the hip. This is a restorative pose, but also a very hip aligned and hip opening one. If you can create this pose without the block, feel free to remove it and just squat down freely. We'll stay in this yogi squat for a few more breaths. Inhale, plant the hands and the hips up and back. Forward fold. Breathing here to release our back, swaying side to side if that feels good. And cycle back to the front, framing that front foot. A modified pyramid pose here. We'll walk back into our downward dog. Inhaling, high plank to low plank, up dog. Breathe for a moment here, and then circle those hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, right leg high, 3-leg dog. Exhale, right knee comes up to pigeon. We crunch and fold down into our pigeon. Go ahead and adjust as you see fit, opening up the hips, squaring off as much as you can here. Give yourself a twist if that feels good to you. Breathing. As you fold down, remember that intention that you set, coming into the space, into presence, and into peace. Inhale, walk the hands up and cycle down to your glutes, leaning forward into our deer pose. We have 77 legs here, and you can go ahead and grab the block or a pillow to fold forward. Go ahead and come up, back into our downward dog. We inhale to three-leg dog and take that on the opposite side. Left knee comes to the mat, foot plants down. We adjust and feel as comfortable as needed here. Breathing, remembering your breath, seeing how far you can get that thigh to come down closer into the mat, closing the gap between our foot and our hip creases. Feel free to play around here with this pigeon. We've been doing this for the last couple of days, so you can take your hands behind you to extend through the chest, fold forward, or just do what feels good to you. We come down onto our glute here, sending that front and back leg to the 77 as we fold forward into our deer pose. Feel into your breath here and release. Feet come forward, we're in a seated pose. We inhale to exhale, coming down long on the mat. We'll take our right knee to step on top of the left, figure four, hands thread through the thigh. Feel free to incorporate some rocks, whatever feels good to your back. And then we send that right leg over to the left side body. In this twist, feel free to fully extend both hands into a T. Inhale, release, unwind and unravel. We switch out. Left foot comes to plant on top of that right knee, and we send it up and over to our twist. Exhale, we lift the feet and rock side to side, creating some circles. Our feet come down to plant. We grab a block. We prepare here for our frog pose. The blocks come alongside of our knees, giving us a supported frog pose. We expand our arms back behind us, hands to prayer. We reach through the center. Inhaling with each crunch, exhaling with each extend. We crunch, exhale, extend. We crunch, exhale, extend. We crunch, exhale, extend. We crunch, exhale, extend. Release the blocks and plant the feet. We come up into our bridge pose and place that block just below our lower back. We'll try this alternative to the frog pose we did seated. We are now lifted with the block, extending our knees alongside, opening up. Our feet come to touch as we open through the hip. Feel free to try our legs up the wall, sending our legs high. You can do this with or without the block, and then plant them down. Feel through this to open up the chest, unwind and release. We come down, removing the blocks, inhaling the knees to chest, rocking up and back until we come to seated. We come into our seated frog leg pose. Feet come to touch, and we expand through the hips once more. Breathe, opening up the back as we sway side to side. We'll take our right leg up and over, coming into a fold, inhaling to exhale, lunge forward. Go ahead and walk those hands back as we come into windshield wipers to release. Remembering to breathe as we say side to side, and then we'll switch out, bringing that right knee down, left knee on top. We inhale to exhale, fold forward. Breathing through this pose as we open the back and release through the hip. We'll walk our hands back behind us to release, coming into an easy seated pose. Inhale, circle sweep the hands up and over, hands to prayer. Thank yourself for holding space and cycling through this workout, through this flow. Wishing you nothing but presence, peace, and power, and beautiful energy. We take a collective breath in, hands to prayer as we bow forward. Namaste.